It's time for the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. And now, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed combat sports show champion of the world, Flash Knockdown.
And then Mo, as you said, you became champion, the Gladiator Promotions flyweight champion. Describe that feeling.
That was a good feeling, becoming a British champion. It's something that I'd always wanted to tick off my list at amateur, and it happened. I remember the moment, bringing it back home to my dad and little brother. That was priceless, man.
That must have been a very, very proud moment.
Yeah, it was.
And it makes you hungry for more, right?
Yeah, I was hungry for more.
Yeah. Well, one day soon you'll get even more gold. 100%.
Hopefully.
100%. But anyway, you don't need gold to prove that you're a champion. You're a champion anyway. You are. You're a champion anyway. You really are. So after the fight, you left the cage and embraced heavy-duty fight management owner Carl Messing. How much has he helped you to get to where you are now?
Well, I think without him, I don't think I'd have the opportunities that I'd have today. And without him, I don't think I'd have the name that I've got on the circuit, because I'm everyone knows me. Everyone knows me as a game fighter and that as well. So he's given me the opportunities. He's pushed me when I was at that 1-on-1, 2-on-1 records. He's pushed me. So yeah.
Wow, that's a good guy, right?
Yeah, very good guy, proper genuine guy. I'm proper close with him on a personal level as well. Him and his wife, I've stayed at their house many times. When I've trained in Leeds a bit, they're always welcoming, look after me as much as they can. They're like family, so.
Yeah. And how important is it to find, as a young fighter, young promising prospect, how important is it to find a management team that really do care for you?
It's very important. That is, I see other people signing with managements that they don't care about them. They're getting them fights. They're getting them big fights just to get them paychecks. It's not the correct fight for them. They're going out there. They're not performing how they should, not getting the result they want. And at the end of the day, the management just wants that percentage that they get in. But with heavy duties, genuine, he'll give you the right fights at the right time and push you when needed to. And it'll give you the best opportunities possible.
Yeah, good. So moving on, Mo, and despite a busy 4-round encounter, you're back at it again, only 6 weeks later, to face Andy Yates at the rearranged Golden Ticket 12 for the flyweight strap. Andy was stepping down in weight following his attempt at the bantamweight title only 7 months earlier, and you were stepping into this fight again on late notice. Looking back, do you regret taking this fight on short notice, Mo?
No, not really.
No?
I believe it was 2 weeks notice. Don't regret taking it at all, because if I didn't take that fight, people have told me that's like one of the best amateur fights they've ever seen. We had an absolute war. We went at it. It was good experience. So yeah.
I felt, Mo, it was a very close run thing. Were you therefore surprised that the 3 judges scored it 50-45 in his favour?
Yeah, I was completely surprised. Everyone, like, when you've got the commentators that are sitting right there saying, going into the final round, this is 2-2. I don't understand where the judges have got this 50-45 from. But at the end of the day, he was trying his hardest to finish me. He couldn't finish me. I went the distance with him. Very good experience. We've trained together since, become training partners since. So it was good. That fight was proper hyped at the time as well when it got announced. It was late on the card. And most of the people that were there, they were looking forward to my fight the most, rather than the professional fights that were on.
That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of the amateur fights, they're more exciting than the professional.
Yeah.
You're an amateur, but you train like a professional.
exactly that.
You know what I'm saying? And talking about training, you said that you've done some training with Andy. Is that at Fearless, and also with Jake, who's also a good friend of yours?
Yeah, I've known Jake since I started UTC. We've always trained together, and yeah, Andy come down to Renegade a few times, and then some of the lighter lads were training at Fearless at the time. He went over and joined them, so I've done a couple of training sessions and that there. Got a good relationship with the guys at Fearless. Anytime I wanna go and get some work in with them, I'm always welcome to.
Yeah. And what do you make of Jake's rise to the UFC?
He was always going to get there. It was well deserved. I've seen him work hard since he was an amateur. So having them fights that he's beat big names. He's beat Zulu Boy. He's beat Blaine O'Driscoll. He's beat Shaj Hack. So these are all big names that he's fought. He's fought on Bellator, Caterers champion, EFC champion. So I knew that eventually it
Yeah.
would come. I was a bit shocked that they put him on the contenders though. I think he should have got a straight contract, to be fair.
Yeah. But he's there now. I mean, I think he's fighting in March versus
Yeah,
Francisco Figueiredo.
Figueiredo's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Francisco. Yeah. Well, good. If you're watching, Jake, good luck to you, brother. Wish you all the best. So let's now flash forwards and to your most recent appearance in June for the golden ticket bantamweight title versus Noah Mannion. And yes, you guessed it, he was another change of opponent. Noah was set to face Dan Mins, and you were up against flyweight Julian Harris James, a completely different fighter to Noah, until injuries dictated otherwise. How prepared were you to step up in weight and face Noah?
So what it was against Julian James, that was a catch weight.
That's
We
right.
agreed a catch weight of 59 kilo. I
Okay.
don't know if I would have made it, to be fair. We were seeing if we just took the fight because he knew it was a
Okay.
good comeback fight for me.
Yeah.
I knew I would have stopped him, to be fair. So
Yeah.
he took that fight, and then we've got a message halfway through the camp saying, they want to change the weight. They didn't know it was at a catch weight. They want it to be flyweight. Said no chance I can make flyweight. So that fight fell through. We're waiting for another opponent. Then Dan Mins got injured. They
Yeah.
offered me Noah for the title on short notice. I says, yeah, no problem, I'll take it.
Wow. And what was your mindset going into this fight, Mo? Was during the weigh-ins and before the fight, you refused to touch gloves with Noah. That was quite uncharacteristic of you, I'd say.
Just business, really.
Business.
It's nothing personal. I'm not here to make friends before the fight. I want to go in there to do what I've got to do. After the fight, yeah, we can shake hands and that, but before the fight, this is all business. I'm not here to make no friends and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And would it be fair to say that the fight with Noah was your toughest challenge inside the cage yet?
To be honest, that was a proper boring fight. He'd just take me down, hold me down. He wouldn't really do nothing, hold me against the fence. I think maybe my toughest challenge has been Luke Riley.
Riley.
But even that, I think I won that fight as well. I think I won the first 2 rounds. It was a proper back and forth war, and I think that's probably the most toughest fight I've had, because he was a well decorated striker. We knew about his boxing and Muay Thai background, so we were like, yeah, this is a good fight.
Well, with the Luke Riley fight, I mean, you clearly won the first rounds. That was very clear. I think he even admitted that himself. I think the third round was clearly his, and then the second round, third round was clearly his, and then the second round, you think you won that second round?
Yeah, I think I won that second round.
Yeah. So you'd say the Luke Riley fight was much more of a tougher, well, not much more, but a tougher challenge than Noah. That's interesting.
Yeah, because we had absolute war. Noah's game plan was just to take me down and hold me there. He did say he was trying to finish me, but we weren't really in no danger. The only danger I was in was when he was holding me against the fence. I think the ref should have actually broke it a few times, but he didn't. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Five rounds in the bag, really.
Yeah, it really was. And did you, just on that then, Mo, did you learn anything new about yourself after the fight that perhaps you didn't know before?
Um, Not really. I was just more disappointed in myself.
What was you
But
disappointed with in
just how the
particular?
fight went, because it was a bit of a boring fight, and I've never been in a boring fight. Just getting held against the cage, it weren't really ideal.
Yeah. And it was
It was
frustrating
proper
because you had,
frustrating. It was,
yeah, I can
yeah,
see there was, I don't know what round it was. I think it may have been the fourth round where he took you down again and you were like, oh, like, ugh.
yeah.
You were like, again. And it's frustrating because you had Leon in your corner there as well. So I'm sure you wanted to put a performance for
He,
him.
he was screaming at me. He was he was screaming. I was like, oh man, it is what it is, and I wanted that title. I wanted to become a two-weight champion. I remember when I confirmed that fight, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna become a two-weight amateur champion. But fortunately, it didn't happen. Didn't go as planned.
That's okay. Still got plenty of time. You're still young. So you still got plenty of time, you know? And it was all love and respect immediately after the fight with Noah. Can you share a little bit about the words that you both exchanged?
I don't remember all of it, but I remember him
Sure.
straight away saying, "Thank you for taking this fight." He said, "No one wanted to fight me. No one at all wanted to fight him. He couldn't get a match." And he says, "Huge respect for me to taking the fight. I'm tough, and this has probably been one of his toughest fights that he's ever had."
Yeah. Now, Noah's a brilliant, brilliant athlete, and he's going to do very
He's
well in the
proper humble,
professionals.
proper good
Yeah.
guy.
Good guy. Another good guy. Yeah. I completely agree. Wish you the best of luck in your professional career, Noah.